holidays because it seems like it always comes out this year.
It's the Marvelous.
Yeah, and I'm like, and I see
days.
top pro players who have seen fake shit for like 20 years now, and they're like, "Is it true?" I'm like, "Motherfuckers, you know it's probably not true."
They're
like,
just doing it for the hype.
Do it for that clout.
Yeah.
Just that internet clout.
Yep.
Like, come on, guys, come on. Stop making Marvel happen. It's not gonna happen. You have a good Marvel game. It's called Infinite.
Just enjoy the movies. It's okay.
Yeah. Yeah. No, Infinite's good. You can have fun with Infinite. Infinite's a badass game. It's just that the roster sucks. Roster sucks.
Mm.
I mean, it doesn't completely suck. It's just not what it's like. I don't know. I've been over this. Oh shit! Ciampa's face fighting the Miz on SmackDown. What the hell?
What?
Yeah.
Well, apparently they had like a bunch of people not able to get out of Saudi Arabia.
Oh, they couldn't get out of Blood Nation? Okay.
Yeah. Goddamn, dude.
I saw the Cain Velasquez
2-minute fight?
Yeah. Literally, like, this is the match. So I'm like, well, wow, that was boring.
Did you see the video I posted in the Discord?
No, I didn't. I'm looking it up right now.
It's the women match. They actually had a women's match in Saudi Arabia.
Yeah, I saw about that, and I quoted and retweeted it. Oh, enjoy the blood money, ladies.
And the women had to fight in like full leather bodysuits.
Yeah, that's a little odd.
Yeah.
And they say we're messed up when it comes to. I mean, we still are. We're very fucked up when it comes to sex with like women and their sexuality.
Nah. Well,
excuse me.
America is, because like we'll chastise a woman for showing some tata, but
I feel like that doesn't happen as much anymore these days.
It does.
It does.
It does. Maybe you live in a.
Because people are just made fun of more.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because like a woman, I love that there are women who. I wish I had the money. I would donate to so many lewd Patreons. It's not even funny. Because not only am I getting
just go on Twitch. Yeah. You're all right.
No, because then it's like awkward. Versus Patreon, I don't have to be in a chat with a whole bunch of dudes. Like, let me just get my photo sets. There are a couple of women who I want to send to the Patreon just to get their pics, but they post enough on Twitter. I'm like, I'll take these. I'll retweet. I'll occasionally retweet, just like, here, spread awareness.
I don't think I ever understood really how pervy you are.
I mean, yeah.
Okay.
I mean, like, I'm not married. I'm single. I'm 30. I don't have a lot going for me, so fuck it. I'm horny. Nothing wrong with that.
Okay, I'm horny. Put that on.
I mean, like, listen. If these ladies are willing, if these beautiful and they're very beautiful,
A crop
women,
top.
Yeah, you see the crop top.
If these very like, I'm not like a horn dog at work. I'm gaking at women, but I'm like, if these ladies are.
Did you say gaking?
Gawking. I meant to say gawking. I'm not like gawking at women at work or anything, but like, I tend to like want to not want to look at people when I'm at work. But like, if these women, with their own doing in their own volition, or showing their tatas, or just doing sexual poses, and they want money, if I have the time, I would give them the money.
All right. I'm recording.
I'm recording too.
Same.
Okay, cool. I haven't looked at any of the news. Like, I actually literally have not clicked on any of the links.
We cover news.
What a surprise.
Before I used to. Now I'm just.
It's video game news, because usually it's about something stupid, or incels. I don't know.
And now it's about China.
Yeah, that's all about China.
Oh my god, there's so much of this. Oh no, wait, that's League. I don't need to click on that.
Ghidorah.
We talked about that. Okay, I think I'm alright now.
Did y'all see? Well, one of the news bits that Justin posted. I can't wait to talk about Neo's funeral.
Oh yeah, Neo 2 just getting Shadow Drop announced.
Well, yeah, and the fact that it's coming out the same day as Final Fantasy VII Remake, effectively killing any cells it might have had.
Damn.
Yeah,
I'm
also
like announcing it when it's just 5 months away in a blog post. They don't care.
Yeah,
All right, I'm gonna start. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Charge Shot Gamescast. Each and every week, friends gather around, talk about the games they've been playing and things going on in their lives. Today, I have with me. I was gonna say Lo, but he's never here.
No.
Justin.
Made me sad. My sadness made me choke on my Halloween candy.
I don't know why. I just I had the thought of Lo, and I was like, "Aw." And we also have Ben.
Stop making Marvel rumors happening. They're not happening.
Stop making happening.
Yes.
It's not happening.
Somebody stop Mark Wahlberg. Oh wait, that already happened.
I don't understand these references.
You never heard of? I don't blame you for not watching. It was a very bad movie that M. Night Shyamalan did like 10 years ago, starring Mark Wahlberg.
Oh, The Happening?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you said Mark Ruffalo.
No, you said Wahlberg.
I said Wahlberg. Mark Ruffalo is the one I want to take home and make him and call him daddy.
Moving right along.
All right.
Speaking of Lo's in the chat.
Hello.
Oh, hello.
Yeah, so Justin, after you take your drink of whatever you're drinking, you want to start?
It's tea.
Tea.
Mint tea with a melon mint infused vodka.
Ooh.
It's very minty. What have I been playing?
Yeah, you can do
question
that.
was?
That's a thing that you do.
Yeah. I have not been playing much this week. I spent most of my time editing some Dead by Daylight videos to go out as like a Halloween trilogy, which you should go watch. Shameless plug. They're super fun.
Yes, they are. They're really fun.
But they shouldn't be fun because they're, scary. But we didn't really care about the fact that it was a scary game. Anyway, what little time I have had to play games, I've spent playing Outer Worlds. I kind of just did a quick report on like the first hour or so last week, and I'm quite a few more hours in. Not as far as I'd like to be, but I got off the first planet and got to like kind of a space station thing. That's like just a floating city basically, which has a really cool like distinct vibe to it compared to the planet. I have 4 total companions, and I definitely have my favorites. I love Parvati. She's the best. Lo was telling me that if I enjoy her character, that I would love her like companion quest, and I really did. I don't know if it's over. I assume it's over. It said quest completed, but she's just so adorable. And without going too much into spoilers or anything, it's basically like just a quest for love. Like it's not some, crazy like planet spanning thing. You can literally complete it like before you leave that spaceship city. But it's just so charming, and it really shows like how deep the dialogue options go in this game. That's kind of why I wanted to talk about it a little bit. Because there's so many more like choices available to you. Like whereas in Fallout games, like for example in Fallout 3, you have in the beginning the option to blow up Megaton or blow up the tower or whatever. But you have to do one of them. As far as I know, there's no way to like get around destroying one of those places. And people die, one way or another. But in this game, there's kind of a similar like this is before the space station stuff. I'll get back to Parvati. There's kind of a similar like early on choice where you have to divert power from one city to fuel your ship basically so you can get off the planet. I don't think that's too spoilery to explain. And it's not just choose one and the other one's gone. There's like actual other options available to you, which is really cool. You can like kind of make everyone happy in a way if you know the right steps to take. And so it's like a lot of the options in this game have 3 or 4 possible outcomes, which is really cool. And like some of the things actually have pretty major ramifications. So, for example, like I learned after the fact that you might actually permanently lose a companion depending on the choices you make. Like if you do things that they don't agree with, because they kind of have input on your choice, on your decision making. If you do things they don't agree with, they might be like, I don't feel comfortable journeying with you anymore. I'm sorry, and just leave. So like that's kind of cool in a way because it means that like it's actually a, kind of a thriving party situation that you have. And it's not just them going along with whatever heinous acts you make, but it also kind of sucks because like there's less agency, I guess you could say, as a player, because you want to make the choices that keep your party around. But there's also like 6 companions or something like that. So I mean, you could lose one and be fine because you can only take 2 with you at any given time. But like, if it's a character that you really like, you should want to do what makes them happy. Like, your agency in that should not be universal. It shouldn't be like, oh, I'll do whatever I want and they'll stay with me. Like, it's fine. You should want to consider their options because you like them and you want to make them happy. So there's kind of that cool element there. And the providing side quest really like brings that home because a lot of the dialogue options are like just kind of talking her through emotional situations. It's very low key. It's very subtle. Like there's no combat or anything like that. It's just dialogue, but it's beautiful. It's like one of my favorite gaming moments in a long time is walking her through like the different options you can to try to convince her that what she's doing is okay. It's just touching. I don't know, because it's like it's in a movie. You would watch this emotional scene. My wife and I have been watching the new Modern Love show on Amazon, which is just kind of like a bunch of like a one-off episodes like of different kind of love stories based on I guess like New York Times articles or something like that. And like in situations like that, it can still be very poignant. It can still be very emotional because like you're connecting to the characters, but you're just watching it. And this, you're actually like helping her, and it's really cool. I don't know how to explain it, but you kind of have to play it to understand. Thomas, have you gotten to that part?
No. I haven't even gotten off the planet. Like, I haven't even repaired the ship yet.
Oh,
Oh,
jeez.
you go to other planets? I'm sorry.
The Outer Worlds.
Like,
Yeah.
I thought that meant, like, different countries or shit.
Worlds?
Yeah? You don't... Yeah. Or, like, different realities. I don't know. I'm being stupid. I've kind of not want to pay attention to this game just because I want to go in relatively spoiler-free when the game comes out on Switch next year. So...
That's why I'm trying to stay like high level, like just base information for excitement. But you still don't have to pay attention. I wouldn't blame you.
Yeah. Ooh, porn.
But gross. But yeah, it's those small moments that this game really touches me because the gameplay is nothing special. Shut up. The gameplay is nothing special. Like it's Fallout 3, Fallout New Vegas, like those kind of 10-year-old like gameplay loops of like, hey, how to use your chunky gun to shoot at things, and you can also slow time to shoot at them more accurately, but like nothing feels that great. Like it's not Destiny,
I was gonna say that I actually like the shooting in the game. I don't know. I think the guns and like the sights themselves add a lot to it.
It feels accurate, but it's also kind of just slow and like I don't know. It's been a lot better since I used mouse and keyboard. With the controller, it was impossible to aim anything without going into the slow-mo. But it doesn't feel like there's no depth to it, You've got your companion abilities, which is really nice, and adds some more layers than like what Fallout has, for example. But I tend to just use melee all the time. Because like anything my companions can't kill, I'll just run in and, slice them up real quick and do the last few hits. Like it's not that big a deal. Your health regenerates, there's not really much threat to it. Combat's kind of nothing. But that's not a bad thing, because that's not what I'm playing the game for. I like that most of those encounters are pretty quick and dirty, and then you move on to the next interesting like dialogue option, or looting rooms and things like that, finding quests. The combat to me is just a means to an end. But I really like the quick like in and out you can do and the inventory menus. You're not, toggling through a bunch of different things like in Fallout. There's like 5 screens. The mod system is really cool. Like the way you can not only add in different modifiers, even though they're single use, which kind of makes me mad, but you can also like buff your weapons and equipment. So like I've seen a lot of complaints about the game saying that like there's not a lot of loot. Like you're not going to get a bunch of like fancy new things throughout the game. I'm sure there are as you go. Like I've noticed, there at different levels it seems to be different tiers of like light, medium, and heavy armor, but they all kind of look the same. It's just you'll suddenly find one with like a different name that looks a little different and has higher, you know, defense power than the old light armor that you have. But because of like the mods and things like that, you can add in more armor rating to the lower level ones. You can add in all kinds of different, you know, stat boosts and things like that. Because there's like kind of different slots you can mod things into. And then you can use like you can spend money to I forget what it's called, but it's like augmenting your armor and weapons basically. So it like makes them stronger. So it actually increases the damage output or the armor rating or whatever. So if there's an armor you really like, you can just keep using it if you pour money into it to make it better. At some point, I'm sure there's law of diminishing returns, but because mods are single use, it's kind of nice that you can like invest more into that armor because otherwise you're just scrapping it and losing all the mods and stuff you put into it. So it really feels like you can actually make your own build and just kind of keep going with that until you actually find better mods that you want to put into new armor. It's not so much like in Destiny where it's like, oh, I just got this gun, but this one's got 10 more light power, so I'm going to use it instead. It's like if you like your armor, keep using it. Just, you know, buff it.
Bop it.
So there's a lot more variety in the way you want to play, a lot more agency for the player because of the, you know, multiple dialogue options and things like that in there, the multiple ways that quests can be done. It's just really satisfying in a way that a lot of these open world games haven't been for me lately. And it's not even an open world game technically. It's just like a hub game where there's multiple small planets. But I just landed on a new planet, and it does kind of look samey to the last one. There's some slightly different like flora and fauna, and like the sky is a different color. But I was reading up about how there's no colorblind mode in this game because it was made in a way that you can actually differentiate things even if you're colorblind. So like they don't need to actually have a colorblind mode in because the game is made with that in mind. Because one of the developers is colorblind. And so like you can visually tell the difference between the planets, but I feel like with how bright and colorful it all is, like you're kind of just it's a color palette difference. To someone with color. I'm sure someone that, you know, can't see color would notice all the nuance difference of each planet and things like that. But I don't know. I hope not all of the planets are just like, hey, here's a orange sky with red flowers instead. Like, I hope that, you know, there's a little more variety to them later on, but we'll see. I'm not enjoying the game any less because of it. It's just you can tell where they saved some of their money as you go. I think that's pretty much it, though, honestly. Because I haven't had too much time to play anything this week. And when I have had time, I've just wanted to play more Outer Worlds. So,
Ben, what have you been up to?
First off, I have a bone to pick with Ed Boon because I had a stroke right there. I played Mortal Kombat 11 for the Halloween event that they do every year. Fuck you, Ed Boon and NetherRealm Studios, for making the AI so cheap and the fucking... Listen. No. It's one thing to have a spinning blade that can run through you and, go through grab animations. It's another thing for that spinning blade to touch you and to reverse your controls. Yeah. Like, I did it. It's 4 towers. It was 4 towers. It's probably over by now. And there's the thing. Here's what sucks. Is that it shows, like, you fight Jade, Cabal, and I don't give a fuck who else. But they all have cool costumes. Like, Jade has this cool witch costume. And I thought, oh, this must be the reward. And then I beat the tower. Not the reward. They're a $5.99 DLC pack that's not part of the Combat Pass. and I got so salty. It's only $5.99 for 3 costumes. I only want the Jade one. I'm like, I ain't paying for that. The Jade one looks so cool. Either way, yeah, I was not happy with Mortal Kombat because not only was the AI cheap, it felt like it was turned up a little bit more for this, even though you don't get those damn costumes. I can understand if you got the costumes and the AI was a little difficult. My God, all they had to do for these Halloween events is like, maybe just have some pumpkins around. And they have pumpkins, right? But these pumpkins, you literally cannot hit each other when you were in the middle of a pumpkin. You tried to grab, nothing. You hit each other, nothing. Not even armor. It is dumb. It is so stupid and frustrating. Oh my God. Worst towers I've played yet, and I've been playing since launch.
So what's the actual reward then?
You get, I think it was like a random costume. So like I'm pretty sure how it works is like, say I played Nightwolf. I played a different character each time. Every time it beat a tower, I got a skin for a costume for that character. So I got a Shao Kahn skin, a Nightwolf skin, a Sub-Zero skin. So I think so. But like I would have just, why can't you just like, listen, I already paid $100 for the premium pass. Give me the fucking Halloween costumes.
Right.
Don't charge me like $6. Come on.
It's a Halloween event, and you put out Halloween costumes.
Yeah, and
connect them.
I wouldn't be salty if it was like if you didn't see them in the tower, and it's just like, oh, here's this extra thing that we have for sale. I'd probably feel better about that. But the fact that they're in the tower, I'm going to assume, because that's usually how it works in those towers, is that you see them, you'll see the that character at some point wear that, and then you can get them, but you can't. You gotta buy them. Fuck you. But more Dragon Quest 11. Not too much this time, just because it's now in the spoiler territory. But I will say I'm at the point where basically the game is, and go find the thing, go find the MacGuffins. And what's beautiful about that is that you can be like, you can just go find them and you can stumble upon them. There's no, certain ones you can't get to because you need a certain thing to unlock it. But that's the fun part of exploring. You're like, well, okay, maybe I need to come back and do this later. But say you're not that kind of person and you just want to play the story, you can talk to the specific character. She won't tell you exactly where it's at, but she'll tell you, hey, maybe you should go check this out. And then just through your natural curious expectation, you go to the place, you talk to people. Oh yeah, there's this big monster over there. And you're thinking, I'll go over there. By the way, there's a pun for a place called Phenomenon in there. And I literally wanted to like just walk out of my house and just walk forever. I'm like, God fucking damn it, Dragon Quest 11. So charming. The game is, God fuck. The more I play it, the more it's been my depression cure. Let's just say that much. If I want to feel happy, I play Dragon Quest 11. It's just so joyous. But because I didn't play a lot of Dragon Quest 11 this week, I actually put some time into Daemon X Machina, the sadly forgotten Nintendo game of 2019.
Yeah, it came out in a bad time.
Yeah, which sucks because it's Mecha Hunter. It's Monster Hunter with mechs. So, and I didn't realize that because
Monster Hunter.
Yeah, I like Mecha Hunter, but whatever. So like I played it and I did all the tutorial missions where basically you understand how movement works. You can actually pick up weapons from mechs you defeat in the field. You can apply those when you go later. You can have custom loadouts. So say you have like a melee loadout, a high range loadout, or whatever, and you can load them up each time so you can save them. You can, oh my God, it's like I want to like this game. And it's even like Monster Hunter where the story is there. But if you just care about like to me, I don't think I'm gonna be like Monster Hunter with this, and that I'm gonna like grind to the end to get that rare piece of, armor or weapon. I'm never like that. I'll probably just play through the main stuff and then call it, and because they've already announced more mechs to fight against, more maps, stuff like that, which is great. That's awesome for people who are playing this game. I just wish it didn't release when it did, because I feel like this would have been a good December title, like good Christmas title. Like you can just spend like for kids or college kids coming home from school, and you just play this for hours, just doing missions to try to get that grind at. And it has co-op now, so you can tag team with your buddies on it. So that's even better. But I'm enjoying it so far. There's not a lot of games that feature gigantic mech robots, despite that they're surprisingly popular. But the other one I played, I beat Super Castlevania 4. so that's a thing.
Nice.
Fuck you. Yeah, I teabagged every single boss, including death. I got so excited. My little sister came in. She goes, "What are you doing?" I teabagged death. So that was fun. Yeah, that game is fun. Like I'm loving that I've grown an appreciation for older Castlevania games, much and not just become a Metroidvania fan. You know, with the post Symphony Night stuff, which oddly I haven't played a lot of those. But the big cap. Oh, this is one I really wanted to talk about though. I apologize if I'm flying through. I just don't want to waste too much time. I played Little Nightmares because I got it for free, as I explained last week, and I put some time into it. This game is unsettling as fuck. It's like not scary, but if you want to feel uncomfortable, you play this game. So basically, you play and this is like the complete edition where like it has another campaign with it. You play. I picked the first one, which is the little character. I don't want to say if it's a boy or a girl. The little human in the Georgie trench coat, as I'm going to call it. And you're basically this small human that's on this boat, and it's a puzzle platformer like Inside Out, or what's the other one I'm thinking of by the same developer? The one they made before Inside. What is it called? Fuck, what doesn't matter. But basically, you have to kind of puzzle platform your way through this, and it's really dark. There's virtually no. There's music, but it's like very ambient, like very, very soft, but so unsettling. Like you hear chains moving, you constantly hear shifting. You have a nice run. You can you have a little torch thing. You have a jump. It feels very responsive, and you have a grip, so you can grab onto things and climb. But it's just like so far. It's very dark. So if you want to get like somewhat just again, there's no jump scares. So if you're worried about that, don't worry about that. But so far, it's very much there's just like a constant state of stress when I'm playing it, but in a good way. I'm like, what's around here? What's around here? Okay, good. And so far, I ran into like this grotesque humanoid monster thing. It was so freaky looking, and like you had to basically not let it see you. Also, there's like the Eye of Sauron, where like you have to do the typical hide behind the thing so its light doesn't see you, otherwise you turn into dust. But that's fun. But so far the story, there's not really story. Like you're kind of just dropped in there, and you're kind of just go. Well, do you want to be in this bottom of the ship forever? No, get your ass out of here. Go. It's very creepy. It's so creepy. Bandai Namco, funny enough, published this, a game like this, I didn't think they would publish something like that. It's really odd. But yeah, I'm really enjoying it, and it looks really nice in both handheld mode and on and docked. I think I prefer it. In TV mode, just because I don't have to hear the uncomfortable noises while I'm playing it on my Switch on the go. But that's all I played about that. I haven't really got too much. It's not supposed to be a long game. I think each campaign's only about like 4 hours, so it's not super long. It's currently $40, so I don't know if it's worth that. I think it depends on the kind of person you are. I got it for free, so I can't really complain. But the other spoopy game I played was Luigi's Mansion 3. Which I kind of forgot about because I kind of didn't want to, because like I know they were like releasing a whole bunch of stuff for it, but I kind of wanted to ignore it just because I wanted to go to the game in fresh. I mean, I knew King Boo was going to be back. Whatever, that's given. He's his nemesis he's his Bowser at this point. My God, within what I love first of all is in the title screen. Like previous Luigi's Mansion was like the gloomy mansion. The title screen initially is like the hotel, but it's like all sunny and bright. I'm like, wait, what? This is odd, and I'm telling you, if you would have told me this is a DreamWorks cartoon Mario movie, I would have believed you. Like the amount of personality that's within these cutscenes is just so fun and cheery, and just energetic. And even when it gets to the spoopy times when King Boo kidnaps all of Mario and Peach and the Toads, it still has this sort of great cartoonic atmosphere. That I'm like, oh God, and I love it. And Luigi's animations are just so wonderful. Like they put a lot of love into this. Is what I'm saying, and you could tell. And going back to the previous two games, I haven't played Luigi's Mansion in like 20 years. I played it on the GameCube, never beat it. Didn't really care for it at the time, but then I was a dumb 13-year-old or dumb 11-year-old actually. So what do I know? But I love Dark Moon, even though I wasn't really a fan of the whole mission-based system. I'm loving this so far, and they've changed so much. So Luigi doesn't have a run button anymore. I don't know if he had a run button in the last game, but now as you move along further, he'll gradually just run. He'll just start running, and it's a very good progressive run. He'll stop the minute you stop. He had with ZR and ZL and ZR, he'll do the Poltergust 0-0. It'll like shoot air from it, and he'll jump up, and that'll allow you to like destroy certain objects to get through. At first, I thought it was gonna be like a jump, but it's not really. But it's useful. He has the the typical flashlight, and to stun enemies. It all feels like it's from Dark Moon. Now, though, when you suck up ghosts, instead of just pulling back the analog stick, you can actually press A to basically slam the ghosts to the ground and drain their health faster. And I don't know, maybe some people were complaining that just sucking up the ghosts is kind of boring. I never thought that, but I like that they added in there. Kind of gives like a even more hands-on approach to taking down the ghosts. It doesn't feel like the same time every time.
The combat felt a little stiff in past Luigi's Mansion games.
It feels more fluid here so far.
That's good.
Yeah, so far it feels more fluid here. He has the little afterglow, the little rainbow probe he got in Dark Moon, where basically if you point at certain paintings, it can either make money come out, or if you look like, say, a toad might be stuck in there, it basically makes those pictures come to life. So there's that. I'm glad that's back from Dark Moon. EGAD is back, of course. He has like a portable lab. Actually, in your map this time is the Virtual Boy or the Virtual Boo, and it's all red, which I love that they made a Virtual Boy reference. And EGAD even goes like, "Oh yeah, this is gonna be the next big thing. It's gonna sell right off the shelves. It's gonna be awesome. It's gonna be incredible." So that was great. And they show you like the elevator, and each sort of floor is like basically a level. And there's so many levels that I could tell. Like, oh my god, I can't wait to play through this game. Now also you get a plunger attack with the Poltergust, so you can shoot it out, and then if you suck on the end of that plunger, you can pull it out and destroy and like basically get rid of more objects. Like they add, like, coming from my memory from Dark Moon, they added a lot of quality of life stuff to this game, and I really appreciate that. Not to mention, again, like I said, just the abundant, loving personality that's in this. Like, it just oozes from the title screen onward. I think I even saw somebody who's like, "You want to know how much personality Luigi's Mansion in it? How you know you're going to be in a good time for Luigi's Mansion 3? You're going to see a Toad try to drive a normal sized bus, and all you see is a Toad who can't see above the steering wheel just driving the bus." Like, okay, that's funny. Also, Luigi's Ghost Dog will never not be both adorable and depressing at the same time, just because the dog had to die to get to that point. So, but yeah. So if Ghost Dog is back, and he's just part of the family. Like, he's just there, and everybody just acknowledges it.
And you can pet the Ghost Dog.
Yeah, you can pet the Ghost Dog. It's adorable.
That.
Yeah. But yeah, go like I would even say if you've never played Luigi's Mansion game, you can just play this one. It doesn't really matter if you played the first two. You might appreciate the control better, the control upgrade more, but shit, doesn't matter. Just play it. But yeah, that's all I really played. Sorry about the blast through. I just had a lot to play this week, but I'm probably gonna be focusing on Dragon Quest and Luigi's Mansion until Pokemon comes out in 2 weeks.
Yeah, so I played some more Outer Worlds this week. Not too much. I re-rolled I made a new character. Trying to go through with the dumb option, but I gotta say I'm like pretty like underwhelmed by it. Like, you still have the same dialogue options that you would have if you didn't play dumb, and and the dumb options only appear every now and again. It's not like it's a constant thing throughout. This is like, oh, you can either do the persuade option, dumb option, or intimidate option. It's like, well, if you pick the dumb option, you don't get
a skill check, basically.
Yeah, but you don't get any XP for doing it.
Oh.
Which, like, that already just makes me not want to do it. And then when I do it, it's like, people are just like, "Oh, yeah, you're really special, aren't you?" And then they just continue on with their conversation. So
Oh.
it's kind of like very underwhelming.
Yeah, that's one kind of disappointing thing about the agency in general in the game is like anytime there's a skill check based dialogue option, I pick it because I want the experience.
Right, exactly. Yeah. Um, yeah, I need to play more of that. I just been too busy with other stuff, such as Destiny. But I'll talk about that tomorrow. We haven't been able to record our podcast because of internet issues last night. All right, let's get into the news then. We'll see. Amazon blames the error for blocking Nintendo resellers from listing products. So,
Did we talk about this originally?
I think Ben.
I posted it because I saw somebody retweet about this today.
Yeah, Ben posted this in like today.
Yeah, so and apparently the policy, according to The Verge, the policy change was emailed by mistake. It's not supposed to be seen.
You want to talk about it?
Yeah, I was reading the article. So
Okay.
Amazon, yeah, because I read it earlier, but it was a fucking Formula One's going on right now, and all the traffic's all hell over here, especially where I live. According to yeah, I don't watch. It's just I live right close to where it's at. According to an email provided to The Verge from a Nintendo seller on Amazon, the company's initial message read, "As part of our ongoing efforts to provide the best possible customer service, we are implementing approval requirements for Nintendo products effective on October 31st, 2019. You will need approval to list the affected products. If you do not obtain approval to sell these products prior to October 31st, 2019, your listings for these products will be removed. That policy went into effect the same day the notice was issued, giving sellers no time to prepare, raise red flags." This is not a case of last fall when Amazon struck a deal with Apple and gave sellers a few months heads up. There's also no indication which products were affected, causing further confusion. It seemed to be primarily targeting old games, and some sellers say they were able to list products as refurbished or new in some cases, and keep the listing active. As our Technica reported, counterfeit retro Nintendo cartridges have been an open secret among Amazon sellers for a long time. Yeah, so basically, this is kind of a clickbait article. This is why I kind of wanted to post this, just to tell people, fucking read the article and Verge fucking stop it. Is that this is basically Nintendo trying to stop those multi-consoles, like that stuff to be sold, because that part is illegal. You can't sell those, but you should be able to sell, like if you have a copy of Donkey Kong Country on Amazon refurbished, or if you have one still and new, it's probably going to cost you a pretty penny. So that's why I wanted to put this on here.
Speaking of old news, Shenmue 3 will not be the end of the series, director says.
No! I'm gonna be old and dead by the time he catches, what's the villain's name again?
Lang D.
Landy! Yeah,
Yes,
Landy. I'm never gonna know the truth of the Phoenix Mirrors. Fuck you, god damn it.
And the Dragon Mirror.
Oh, what Dragon Mirror? What are you talking about?
I think that was in the second one, no?
I never played the second one.
Okay. It would be funny if they just added another mirror in Shenmue 3.
Oh, it's gonna be the crane mirror, watch.
It's gonna be like the tiger mirror or something.
Oh, yeah. No, it's gonna be like a whole Zodiac mirror, watch.
You thought there was one. Well, there's two. Now there's a whole Zodiac.
Shenmue 3 ends with like a Men in Black scenario where it's like, oh, you thought it was just two mirrors? And it's just like the Zodiac star sign ending. That'd be so sick.
And then the Knights of the Zodiac come out of nowhere. Like,
yep.
Let's go.
This teenage high schooler has to fight the Zodiac.
That was a sick ass show, wasn't it?
Yes, it was.
Yes. All right.
Are you talking about the Jackie Chan adventures?
No, but that also does have Zodiac stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it was a good show.
Yeah, it was. Knights of the Zodiac was in like an anime, but like everyone had a Zodiac sign, and they all like wore robot armor or something. I don't remember. It was really cool though. Yeah, I remember reading this like maybe earlier this year or something, but we just have another article saying that what's his name? Let's look for here. Yu Suzuki says the series will not end with Shenmue 3. Suzuki said, rushing to tie up the plot would have made a flat game, and I hope to continue the series as long as people are interested. Newsflash: people won't be interested after this. I'm pretty sure most people that kickstarted this were like wanting to have an ending to it. You know? All right.
I don't care about Shenmue. I wasn't even listening. It's totally honest.
Speaking about things we don't even care about, Neo 2.
Oh.
Neo 2 has a release date apparently.
The game that no one knew existed.
Of March 13th.
Or cared about, probably.
It's been here.
Yeah.
He didn't say anything when
maybe.
I asked him. All right.
He probably got pulled away. He's in traffic. I don't remember what Neo is.
It's like Dark Souls, isn't it?
Oh, is it that Samurai Dark Souls thing?
Yeah, there's Sekiro and then also Neo.
Yeah.
And they're both like Dark Souls, I think.
But Sekiro, I think, is way better.
I don't know.
Yeah, Neo like came and went.
I haven't played.
It was a blip that probably didn't deserve a sequel.
Was Neo made by Activision?
Or
published by Activision? I know one of them was.
I get Neo and For Honor confused because they came out around the same time.
No,
they're nothing alike. I know, but they came out around the same time, and they both were kind of like nothing games.
Neo and that did not come out at the same time.
Around the same time.
Okay.
They were both nothing games that I didn't know about.
2017, and then For Honor. Okay. February. Okay, sure.
What up?
I feel like Neo came out way after. Like I feel. Like
I know
Neo
nothing about either of these games, and I still schooled you. What up?
I at least know what For Honor is.
I know what it is. I'm just saying I get them confused because they came out at the same time and neither made waves.
Mm-hmm.
But I think For Honor also has a sequel coming out.
No, I think they just keep adding on to it because that's what Ubisoft does.
Yeah. But buried in this is all announced in a blog post, which is just absurd. Like a new game with a release date already announced in a blog post. But they did say that PlayStation Plus subscribers will be able to play the first Neo starting November 5th. So it's going to be like one of November's PlayStation Plus games.
Yep.
So I guess they care enough to get a bigger install base before the sequel comes out. Sure.
Yep.
Also, I like in this IGN article. It says like their review for the first Neo called it an epic, unforgettable adventure carried by a fierce combat system that cleverly balances style and strategy. Unforgettable, and yet they're announcing the sequel in a blog post. Everyone already forgot about it, or it would have been a bigger deal.
Yeah, because I know they released that. They had an alpha like not that long ago. I wanted to. It wasn't that long ago. Did y'all talk about if it was about the fact that it's coming out the same fucking day as Final Fantasy VII Remake?
No, we're waiting for you.
Oh, okay, yeah. So not only Justin saying it's whatever, it's out, it's gonna come out soon, but it's also releasing the same day as Final Fantasy VII Remake, effectively killing any sales it would have had outside of its hardcore audience. So yeah.
Yeah.
I don't like any. I mean, Doom might be the exception because it comes out a couple weeks before. But any game that comes out within that calendar is just acting for a death warrant because it's not going to move anything. With 7 Remake being the most hyped game of the first half of next year.
Although, is it the same audiences that would be interested in those things?
I think more of a casual audience will gravitate more to Final Fantasy VII. So, if say Neo was coming out, say in February when nothing's really going on, or even January for whatever reason, it probably could have garnered enough interest where like that one guy who maybe has some Christmas gift cards out there, hey, this game looks interesting, and probably could have bumped it up a little bit.
Yeah.
Versus coming out that time, nobody's going to care about it because they just care about Final Fantasy VII.
True that.
It's like releasing a game in Smash when Smash Ultimate came out last December. It's like, what are you doing? Or when Tomb Raider came out, when Fallout 4 came out. That game died on Xbox because it came out at the same time as Fallout 4.
Although Fallout 4 sucked, so there's that.
Yeah. But everybody was excited for Fallout, so that's more. Hopefully, Final Fantasy 7 doesn't suck, but you know.
Yeah. Probably not.
Oh, your cats are mad.
What? No. He just wants attention.
Oh.
Always wants attention.
Speaking of wanting attention, EA is not releasing a Battlefield game next year. They're aiming for fiscal year 2022.
Wow. So PS5 launch title and Xbox Scarlet launch title then?
No.
Oh,
No, that's next
2022.
year.
That's right. I keep forgetting. Oh my god. I don't want next gen to be a thing. I really don't.
I'm okay with it.
I don't
Because
care.
like a lot of the games are going to be backwards compatible, or I guess that's what you call that. Forwards compatible. You can play like the new games on the old systems, so it's not as big a deal that we're getting new systems because the people that don't want to get them can still play the games.
Yeah. Bye, kitty.
Okay, fine.
Okay.
Yeah, I got. I mean, this is my story, but I got nothing really. Like EA's hurting.
Mhm.
And they're putting all their eggs in Apex Legends.
Yeah.
That's
Well, they
not
also
a good
put-
sign.
We didn't put it in the news, but like all their games are now on Steam again, so you don't have to go through Origin to get their games now.
Yeah, that was interesting because when I
I
loaded up
didn't see that.
Steam,
Oh,
like as soon as I loaded up Steam, all I'm seeing now are just Star Wars ads,
yeah.
like for the new game, Jedi Fallen Order.
Mm-hmm.
And so yeah,
Well, that's exciting because Origin's chunky. But like, if you have a game in Origin, does it go to your Steam library, or do you have to buy it on Steam?
I haven't seen anything about that.
I'd imagine maybe you could play it through Steam.
Because if I can play Battlefront 2 without loading Origin, I might play it more.
Yeah, I haven't seen anything about that. I also haven't seen
Yeah.
anything of like, is it going to be like Uplay where if you launch the game, it opens up Origin? You know?
Yeah.
Probably in the background.
Yeah.
I'll probably buy the Mass Effect trilogy when it goes on sale. Because I think for the longest time you could only buy 2 on Steam. But I would like to play the PC editions of Mass Effects 1, 2, and 3.
And also like EA Access, I think that it only works via Origin. You can't do it through Steam.
That makes
Oh,
sense.
I don't care.
All right. Major news story of the week: BlizzCon 2019. So Blizzard opened its BlizzCon 2019 ceremony, not with an announcement, but with Blizzard Entertainment's J. Allen Brack. Speaking in light of recent controversy that has struck up the following Blizzard actions in banning a Hearthstone player. For a brief moment of solemn discussion, the company dove right into debuting some of the new slate of games. Yeah, it was actually like a really quick, like, sorry that happened.
Can we please move on?
It
Yeah,
wasn't
like
even,
not even actually an apology.
yeah, it wasn't
Yeah.
even an apology.
But the protesters are out in full force at BlizzCon, and I feel sorry for the employees who have to deal with that shit.
I saw a couple of
Mhm.
the signs. Like, there's actual signs there protesting.
Yeah.
them.
I'm looking for not safe for work May posters. Listen, man, I'm horny. Okay, I gotta get my fix where I can.
Fair enough. But like, I don't want to spend too long on Blizzard because they don't deserve the spotlight.
No,
But Diablo 4 looks great.
I didn't even see the trailer. Honestly, I don't want to give them
Yeah.
clicks.
Well, I watched the gameplay trailer first, which looked fine.
Is it
Mechanically,
still-
it looks really cool. I mean, it's the same like top down kind of Diablo style, but they've brought some information out that basically says that instead of being like a 4-act or whatever structure, with different regions you explore, it's actually like an interconnected world with nonlinear storytelling.
Thank God.
So like they're kind of doing open world, but like I'm sure there's still fast travel points and that kind of thing. But it's like the game itself, you just explore the areas.
You know, I was never
Um,
a big fan of the act structure.
Yeah,
It felt
Oh, so
way
you
too
can't-
like separated.
Okay.
I liked it, but then there was like Diablo 3 kind of broke it for me because they introduced like the adventure mode where you could go in and just kind of do things randomly. but if you didn't complete the entire act and then like left adventure mode, it would restart you. So like you have to sit down and run all of the quests in that act to actually complete it and get credit for that progress. It was kind of annoying. But anyway, in general, like the gameplay of it looks a lot more free roam. So like, for example, those mounts that you have now to help you get from area to area. A lot of the abilities look more mobility based. Like they show the barbarian doing kind of a big like jump, like launch attack, and he like jumps off of a cliff, like down onto the area below, and like hits a bunch of enemies.
That's cool.
Or another one where like they like jump over kind of a ravine and land on the area across from it, instead of having to go around, you know. And like the sorceress has some really cool elemental attacks that like she'll send fire in one direction and then rain down ice behind her, like at the same time. And it's like two totally different regions. Like one is like down kind of, you know, off that cliff I was talking about. I think it's the same area actually. It's like down off of that, and then she's rolling fire like down the hill next to it. So it's a lot more like landscape, like open landscape, you know, if the world is your oyster type thing, instead of like invisible walls and you have to go around. And, you know, that kind of chunky, like, this is a game type stuff that was in past Diablo games. But yeah, they did say that the whole world is connected and you are just in one region. And you just have to kind of find yourself around. But the graphics, like, it looks like they're trying to go back to the kind of darker, like, gothic style of Diablo 2. And I can tell that, like, it's a good style. But it looks very unfinished right now.
Yeah.
It's glossy. Like everything is like kind of shiny and looks fake.
It just looks way better in the dark.
Yeah.
Without as much lighting on it.
It does.
Yeah.
But like everything looks like a painting, which is kind of cool. But then like in action, like in the actual gameplay trailer, it just kind of looks like it's made in Unity. With like
I wouldn't go that far. That's a bit of a
well, no, it's like it's missing like bump textures, you know?
Yeah.
Like it's all just smooth and shiny. Like, and granted, it's very early. Like this is all, you know, alpha gameplay that I think they just wanted to put something together because of the Do You Have Phones incident last year, to show that Diablo 4 is actually happening. But there's 3 classes: the barbarian, the sorceress, and the druid, with 2 more to come that they didn't announce.
They better announce necromancer.
Right? It better not be DLC this time.
Yep.
But I mean, druid and necromancer kind of tend to be interchangeable as far as Diablo classes go. Because like in Diablo 2, druid was DLC and kind of had similar, like, you know, raise up monsters to fight with you type mechanics, but was more elemental than like spiritual. And then Diablo 3 was well, there was no druid actually, but there was the archer or whatever it was called. Like there was some class that kind of had some druid elements to it. I can't remember. And then the necromancer was DLC. But I would guess the other 2 classes are going to be more martial,
like a monk.
I would say something new, like either go back to the Crusader, which was kind of like a, you know, a monk with weapons, or something totally new that's kind of like a mix of classes. I don't see them bringing anything like the Witch Doctor back. That was like kind of a failed attempt.
Yeah, I wasn't a big fan.
Yeah, it seems like they were trying to bring in the Necromancer elements, but then no one liked it, so they just brought the Necromancer back. But like the only martial class is the Barbarian. So I could see maybe either 2 more martials, like an archer type. Like I love the Demon Hunter. I thought he was super cool. Or, you know, like some kind of like ranged fighter, and then maybe another like mixed class that's like the Crusader, like I said, that has magic and martial ability.
Yeah, I could see that happening. For me personally, I want the necromancer and the monk, but like I definitely see them doing some kind of like archer range class in addition.
It does seem like they're really pushing to go to the cinematic trailer real quick. It's beautiful. Like it makes me want a movie because this looked real.
Yep.
Like the people looked real.
It looks really good.
Yeah. But it definitely looked like they're going more for the like resurrecting the dead elements. And there's actually one of the books that's set in, I think it is Sanctuary. And they like go down into these like ancient tombs, and there's like a bunch of puzzles and stuff. It kind of feels like a Tomb Raider thing, but with Diablo characters. And in the end, they end up like accidentally raising an army of the dead and like running back to the desert village they're in, and like fighting off the horde the whole way up through the crypt. And it's so cool, and it reminded me a lot of it. So I could see maybe a new kind of, instead of the necromancer, like a new class that they make up to take its place. But it definitely seems like they're focusing on that like kind of occultist element when they bring back Lilith and stuff like that. But yeah, I don't know. Like, it's still a few years out, so Blizzard could win me back. But right now, I can't, in good faith, like support a Diablo 4. But it still looks real good.
Yeah.
There's also like they don't really give too much about the gameplay, but they explained there's a lot more. Like, there's different kind of loadouts you can do for each class, and like a lot more customization options and like the look of your character and stuff like that. So it definitely seems like they're pushing more the like open world, build your character your way type thing than just like a skill tree, which is pretty cool. But that's all we really know right now. So I don't know.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah, I know. I
There
wish
were-
Diablo wasn't Blizzard. Like I want to love it.
There were people in there just like Winnie the Pooh, which, if you don't understand that reference, it's because the Chinese president has been said to look like Winnie the Pooh. And you can't. Yeah. Just go look it up. It's the thing.
Yeah, is there a censor, or do they ban Winnie the Pooh?
Banned or censored, because I know
Yeah.
Kingdom Hearts 3, there's no Winnie the Pooh stuff in the Chinese version.
I don't know what the
Which
reason is.
It's probably a better
Because he
game,
looks
the
like him,
world's
that's
trash.
why. And they call him Winnie the Pooh because Winnie the Pooh's kind of an idiot.
Yeah.
Oh.
Fat piece of shit who just wants honey.
I
Fucking
wouldn't have
socialist.
made the correlation, but
And regularly gets stuck in holes.
Yeah. Because of that thick ass. What?
Yeah. Also, Overwatch 2. I don't care.
So basically,
Does anyone know?
Listen. If the models are they just gonna make sexier characters? Because that's all I care about is when they go to Pornhub.
Well, that's what's confusing here. It's like it says Overwatch 2 will exist in a shared multiplayer ecosystem,
What does that even
allowing
mean?
for both games to play on the same maps with the same heroes.
Then what's the point of doing this?
Right.
Just call it
But-
Update 2.0.
It says
also
the
the
sequel will-
cosmetics will also carry over to Overwatch 2 as well.
Yeah,
I mean,
so I
that's-
guess it's like it's people that have Overwatch 1 have all the content when they get Overwatch 2.
Hey, we don't have to develop anything this time. Yay!
But the sequel will introduce new maps and characters like Toronto and Sojourn, whatever, while also introducing a new PvP competitive mode and
How
new
about-
story-centric gameplay.
Oh, finally.
So like a PvE mode, I guess?
No, a story game.
How about a story mode? That's the
what-
biggest.
That's what
yeah.
it is. Yeah.
Yeah.
So is this like Portal 2? Where
Oh,
it's like,
wow.
the first one
Where
was
they
kind of a
put-
proof of concept, but the second one like had a full-on story and was like really long and a fully fleshed game.
That's what I'm expecting. They do say story centric gameplay, which is weird, but I hear that
Yeah.
this is a story though.
Like just
Okay.
just animated cutscenes. You don't play anything.
Because I would be interested in an actual story mode or with the Overwatch characters. Like I just
Yeah.
don't care about the PvP like hero shooter stuff.
It's the one thing I hate about Blizzard, because like with Overwatch, I'm like, now with the whole China stuff, I don't want to touch it anymore.
Yeah.
Like before then, like these are some of the coolest designed characters in recent video game history,
Right.
for the most part.
Is it just me, or do like the characters in Overwatch 2 look like the Pornhub version of the characters from the first game?
They probably know they're like. Listen, we
Do
know
they
you.
look, I
we're
didn't
gonna-
watch it. Do they look different?
They
I
look
haven't-
different.
I haven't looked at them because fuck Blizzard, but I'll look at it later. I could look at it now, but I don't want to.
Like the girl looks To me, anyways, it looks much different than.
They probably just know their audience, like, because I know last time they had that stupid fiasco where they didn't want people masturbating to their characters. Even though, well, then don't make them ridiculously hot. Like, you made them hot. Like, what do you want people to do? People are thirsty. There's nothing wrong with that. I don't know. They just know, like, okay, fuck it, you're gonna want to go to Pornhub anyways. So here
Like Tracer looks the same, but I think the gorilla guy looks different.
Mercy. I only know the girls' names. I don't know any of the dudes. Well, I know some of the dudes' names, but I know most of the girls' names.
Anyways,
Like this gameplay trailer, it doesn't. Nothing looks different. It looks like the same graphics engine, like the same.
I just feel like they should have just announced it as like a big 2.0 update or something.
Right. Do you like the Fortnite treatment?
Yeah.
I think what they're doing with the maps, I thought it was more of like people from the second game could play with people with the first game, but only on the maps that are on the first game. Like the people from the first game can't play on the new maps.
But at that point, why not just make it like an expansion versus a new game?
Listen,
like
I don't know.
it's just so stupid. I feel like this is like, yeah, we're gonna make a sequel, like because people will pay money for that story mode because those animated shorts were good. Like I like the one I love is the Diva one, obviously, but like I've seen some of them; they're really well animated.
Yeah. Blizzard does great animations.
Yeah.
They should be like a production studio instead of make games because they're clearly not making the fan base happy there.
The people who make the cinematic trailers should make movies.
Yeah. They should have made
fair.
They got those. They did. It's called Warcraft the movie. And that wasn't. The movie sucked.
I mean, visually,
leave Duncan Jones alone, okay?
Look, the movie sucked. Okay, it's fine.
He made Moon. It's okay.
That's fine.
Yeah.
Source Code.
China liked
great.
So I like Source Code quite a bit.
Yeah, sure.
I never watched it.
Movie sucked. I'm sorry. I saw it on the plane ride. It's not fun.
Well, nothing's fun on a plane ride.
I have fun on plane rides. They're great. I look at the window. I'm like a puppy. Love plane rides.
I watched Alien Covenant on a train or on a plane, and it was pretty good actually.
Everything's more enjoyable on a plane, including sex.
No.
Mile High Club.
Hell yeah! I'm not in that club. I want to be in that club, but I'm not in that club.
World of Warcraft, Shadowlands.
Oh yeah, there's more announcements.
Blizzard confirmed that there's a new World of Warcraft expansion, Shadowlands, with the new cinematic trailer. In addition to the cinematic reveal that teases the story, Blizzard also unveiled gameplay of Shadowlands expansion, offering new features. Hopefully it's better than the last one, because I heard that last one kind of tanked their numbers quite a bit.
Yeah. My favorite has been seeing the memes of like the Drake meme where it's like this new Warcraft expansion, him going nah, and then the Final Fantasy 14 recent expansion Shadow something. It's also called Shadow something too, Shadowbringers I think, and it's like Drake's like yeah, because everybody I know who plays that game loves that expansion, like loves it.
Also, they're updating World of Warcraft Classic, getting new world bosses and PvP honor system next month.
That's really weird.
It is very weird.
Why are you updating an old that's really weird.
The whole point is for it to be the same as it used to be.
Yeah.
Hey, we're updating that game that you all wanted us to make. No.
Now they're fucking. It's that fucking monkey's paw, dude.
They're literally gonna end up with just 2 different MMOs if they keep doing this.
They're gonna eat their. Correct me if I'm wrong. Final Fantasy 14 is currently kicking their ass in terms of numbers. I think
that's what I've heard. I've heard like a lot of people left WoW and went to 14.
And it's at least from my observation, 14 players seem a lot more happy with this. Considering that game launched, that game was a dumpster fire. So that's amazing.
They're having a near raid, or they have a near raid.
Yes, and you can be a dude and wear the 2B outfit. Oh, I've never wanted to play an MMO so hard in my life. Oh my god!
I'll get into Final Fantasy 14.
We should, but I don't want to play the monthly trial because I wouldn't play it enough.
Yeah, that's my problem. Like, I would love to play that game more if it wasn't a monthly subscription.
Yeah. If it came to Switch, I might consider it. Like, if it was like on Switch, maybe.
Nah.
I
would.
I paid for it for a few months on PS4, but I just can't justify it.
Yeah.
It's if I had nothing going on in my life, sure. But there's too many fighting games out there, man.
Also, guys, remember Hearthstone?
Hearthstone?
I say Hearthstone.
Hearth.
Okay. Blizzard confirmed several new things. There's an expansion called Descent of Dragons. Launches December 10th. And there's also an 8-player auto player mode that features 24 unique heroes. So there you go.
Is there any more news?
That's BlizzCon.
Part of me wants, because like considering the like quote unquote shit show from last year, part of me obviously this is planned months and months in advance, but with the China happenings, part of me is like, we gotta announce all this stuff so people don't like try to upend us during the thing, and they still are upending at the show.
Oh yeah. My favorite thing though is that like a lot of the attention from BlizzCon is being taken away by the Pokemon leaks tonight.
Yeah.
It's like the game is in the wild, and so someone's playing through it and like basically just kind of literally like drip leaking things out
They're assholes.
as they play. Not in like a overt way. It's just like sending it to leaking sites that will put things places in safe places, I should say, for those that want to see it.
Shouldn't even do it anyways. Like even that to me is scummy.
Why? What's wrong with having it out there?
Shouldn't be out there. Game's not out. Can't you fuckers wait 2 weeks?
No.
Oh my
As I
God.
scroll through a thread of 50 pages to see everything.
Like, listen. Some of y'all just like, fuck, man. Some of y'all believe stupid fake leaks. Not you, just other people out there.
I love looking up leaks. Like even when they're fake, I just want to see what it is.
I just roll my eyes.
But no,
Justin loves a good leak. You know what I'm talking about?
it's true. What's wrong with things being out there? You don't have to look at them. It doesn't affect you at all.
No,
but some people want them. What's wrong with
be-
having things out there for people that want them?
Because of how social media can work, even if you don't follow somebody, a message can pull up and all of a sudden I see an evolution swarm. Even if I don't follow somebody because I like something. I've seen that happen before. That's
fair.
So like and to me it's like, if you have the knowledge, that's fine if you have the knowledge, but keep that shit to yourself. Like,
no, I don't think it should be on social media. I'm looking at a Reset Era thread, like specifically titled like Pokemon leaks, whatever.
Yeah,
like,
but once
when
it's
it's
on a
contained to
public
those
forum,
places.
Once it's on a public forum, then it's only a matter of time before that shit makes it casually. And then the most popular Pokemon tuber, although that community is currently dumpster fire right now, will just leak shit. And then all of a sudden it gets retweeted on my timeline because that one person happened to retweet it who just likes looking at leaks. It just shouldn't be out there. Like, just wait for the fucking game. It's 2 weeks, guys. It's 2 weeks. God, I'm sorry.
I mean, I see where you're coming from, and I agree. It sucks when it gets on social media. But I think if people can be, decent and keep them to the leak threads, there's nothing wrong with them existing for those that want to see.
I guess, but to me it's like Christmas, I apologize to anybody who doesn't celebrate Christmas. To me it's like Christmas, and some other people feel like this too, where it's like you don't want to know what's under the Christmas tree. You don't know what you're getting or not. Like when you get older, maybe it's fine, like you, but some people who believe in the magic of Christmas, you want to be surprised when you come up. Like this is why I'm glad they're not like, and I noticed this Game Freak wasn't really showing a lot of new Pokemon stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Like I'm glad of because I can actually go because like I would watch all their stuff for Sun and Moon and whatever because I just absorb whatever because that was official stuff. Here, while I know some things, I'm glad I don't know like a good majority of the new Pokemon that are in there because I can actually go in surprised.
Yeah, and my main thing is I like to know like the starter evos so I know who I should go with because that's a hard decision to make. Everything else you can be surprised as you go. Like your starter is with you, so I want to know like the type.
Not necessarily, you can just dump them and get another replacement.
No, because you can only choose one starter.
No, what I'm saying is, if you don't like that evolution, just put them in the box. That's all you just put them in the box.
But then you don't have your starter. Like, I want to know which starter to pick. It's not about like using them.
It's just another Pokemon. If you don't like the starter, you can just.
But there's only one of them.
Okay, you can trade it with probably somebody on the GTS and get another one. It's not hard.
Okay, but I'm not diminishing what you're saying, and you are diminishing what I'm saying. So there's a difference there. Because I'm saying I understand where you're coming from, and it's valid, and then you're rejecting my view as not valid.
It's not valid, but I feel like once you start from that mindset, somebody from that mindset, not necessarily you not necessarily you, but will take that and then just share it with everybody when everybody wants to be shared. And to me, it's but it happens though. And not
everybody. You're saying one person responsible for all the people that want to see not getting to have fun.
most people can't help themselves.
That's okay.
It's fine. If you want to look at it, I know you're not going to spoil shit for me. I know most of the people on Twitter that I follow aren't going to circulate to me, but all it takes is from one random post because I like an art piece to show up on my feed. That's all it takes. Even if I block certain words and do the stuff like that, that's my problem with the information being out there. People who are enjoying it quietly within the thread, that's perfectly fine. To me, it's like, okay, fine, whatever. I'm going to wait. But once all it takes is for one person to post a picture, retweet, and then that just gets out there. And it just bothers me that it's out there when people just can't wait 15 days for a new game to come out. It's just weird. I mean,
so just live by Gandalf's words of keep it secret, keep it safe.
And that's yeah. If it's like Justin, if it stays in that thread, that's perfectly fine. But more than likely, it won't. Right. I mean, look at Twitter already. Like Sobel, whatever I don't even know how you pronounce it, was trending on Twitter. And that's how I know something's up. I didn't click it, but the fact that it's there, that's all I need to know.
Right, and I wish people didn't put it on social media. I said that.
Yeah. I'm saying you're not wrong. I'm just saying I just don't like that it should be out there anyways. That's all.
All right, boys. I'm going to wrap this up.
Okay.
Justin, where can the people find you?
You can find me if you look for Zero Score on Twitter or YouTube or Twitch/Mixer. Zero Score in all the places.
Ben?
You can find me at twitter.com/marvelousiggy, where you're going to get nothing but Nights in a Dream tweets at least once every couple of days, just because it is that time of the year. Also, like a whole bunch of art and stuff. So, yeah. Also, I'm officially going to C2E2. All I got to do is buy the ticket, which that isn't hard. But I'll be in Chicago in February. Oh, God, I'm not looking forward
to it. It is February. Okay. I was trying to remember why I wasn't going to C2E2, and it's because it's too close to Planet Comic-Con.
I'm not looking forward to the cold. It was already cold last year. It didn't get above 40 or 34 last year. And this is in February. I'm scared. I'm not ready.
And you can find me, your host Thomas, on Twitter, CSG Thomas. I'm also on Twitch, Kane Plays Stuff. I finally uploaded a Twitch badge and an emote. The emote is pending at the moment, but it's a cool emote.
Nice.
And you can also email me, thomas@charshot.com. Keep an eye out for our Destiny podcast, where me and Sully talk about Destiny for 30 to 40 minutes.
It's a fun time.
You listen to it?
Yeah, I listen on my walks home.
Oh, that's fun.
I watch Justin's stuff, and I will watch. I watch Justin's stuff, and I listen to your podcast, even though I don't play most of the stuff that y'all play, but I still watch because I love you both.
I love you too.
Oh, that's nice.
And until then, guys, enjoy your games and have a good night.
Merry Christmas.
No.
It's too
Happy
early.
Thanksgiving. To the Americans.